Hey, good morning.
Wow.
Look at all of you already here in the chat. What the heck? Who do you think
This
you are? Mike Shaw?
this is fantastic.
Yes. So I normally don't start this way. I normally wait for people to pop in, but there's already people. So let's go ahead and say hello. So we've got Jen, bottoms up. So thankful for you, Christy. Oh, thanks, Jen. I'm thankful that you're here with me bright and early. It's still dark 30, I'm going to say, because it's 6 a.m., but it's dark out there. Yeah, sorry, Karen. Next time, Karen. She says she's going to miss the live. She would have loved this one, heading to the doctor with hubby with critical heart issues that
Oh
need
my
addressed.
goodness.
Well, that is obviously way more important, Karen. So I'll be praying for your husband that everything goes smoothly with that.
Yeah. Hey, Christy.
Yeah.
I'm getting a serious echo on my end.
Oh, that's weird. I only have one tab open.
Oh, maybe. Oh, you know what? It's me. It's me.
It's you.
There we go. I fixed it.
Okay, cool. Hey, technical difficulties.
All
right. Good morning.
Operator error is what it is.
Good morning, Ellie. And
Ellie.
Teresa. Yeah, I saw you last night on JT's show, right? Yeah. Morning.
Teresa's
I'll be listening while I make bacon. Yeah, you had to say I've been fasting, Teresa. So we'll talk about that.
Yeah, Teresa's my coach. Teresa's my coach over on Dr. Barry's site. I paid the $5 for the membership. She's fantastic.
Okay. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's the one I saw on Poco Moonshine last night. Pretty sure. Hi, Lance Brown. Nice to see you. My cousin's name is Lance. So I have one cousin in the whole wide world. One. It always shocks my students because they all have so many cousins. They can't count how many cousins they have. And they're like, what? How do you only have one cousin? Anyways, my one cousin's name is also Lance. So I do like that name. And Ellie is just finishing up breakfast with the kids. They have buttered salted broth. Well, that sounds delicious.
Yeah, no
Meatballs
doubt.
and blueberries. That sounds great. Meatballs
it's the carnivore kids. The carnivore kids.
The carnivore kids. Hey, Susan Strong. Nice to see you today. And so you know what, Mike? Here's the deal.
Yep.
We're friends. I mean, correct. I think I can safely say that.
Definitely.
We wanted you to be on our live that we did with Dustin a couple of, I don't know, maybe it was last week. I don't know. But it was on a Sunday and you couldn't do it. So then I was like, well, I miss my friend Mike. And so we have to go live because this is the only way we can catch up.
That's true. The last time we went live, was I in Montana? Was that the 3-hour extravaganza?
We did
2.5 hours?
I don't know if we've been live since then.
I don't know if we have. I'm not sure either, but
yeah.
Glad to be back on.
Yeah.
Oh, we've been together on other lives though. We've been up like Carnivore Backwoods. Was the last time we were together on a live, right?
Yeah. Right. Well, like just Mike and Christy show, Carnivore helped us. This is Christy, you know, that kind of thing. We just haven't made it happen. So I wanted to catch up with you because we haven't. I mean, I've talked to you like in chat, you know, but that's not the same
all the time. It's not the same.
Mike.
No, it's not the same.
So I see you've got your
going on.
Is it? Oh, well, okay. Yeah, I'm quiet then. Do tell.
Well, it depends on. Let's start with the carnivore stuff. Okay. This won't be real heavy, but this is what I'm going through right now. So I've been actually gaining a little bit of weight lately. And I've told you this and I've said it in chat before. I don't know if I've said it out loud on a live, but I have an enlarged prostate. Mm-hmm. So, you know, you Linus can talk about female stuff. I can talk about dude stuff.
Do it.
So
I'm good with it.
Hey, my cousin's here. Hey, Tracy.
Yes. Hi, Tracy.
And Carrie's here too. Hey, Carrie. So anyway, I have this enlarged prostate, PSA off the chart high. And, you know, I haven't seen the urologist yet. I probably need to follow up with that. Now, I was talking with a guy at church. He overheard me talking about it. And turns out he had prostate cancer. And we live in the same small town. So he went to the clinic that I would go to if I go. And of course, you know, it was cancer. So I don't know if mine is or not. Most likely not, but you have to have it checked. Mm-hmm. But what they did was they lowered his testosterone as close to zero as they could for the effectiveness of radiation. And I've heard other people talking about one way they treat prostate cancer is they recommend no red meat or as little as possible. And it's just, I mean, I hate to say this. I don't want to go. I want to eat as low carb as possible and take advice of my coach, Teresa, and lift some heavy things and actually do it this time. And, do all the things, because I've seen other people in the community, the champion within, John, he had an enlarged prostate. He's resolved his. Everyone's different, but I think I'm going to take that route for now. I have a nurse friend. She's also low carb, and she's encouraging me to go. So I probably do need to go just to make sure it's not cancer, but that's what I'm thinking right now. And one of the reasons why I think I'm gaining weight is I've been doing OMAD, and to make sure that I'm getting enough food and protein and stuff, I've been doing a keto chow shake. So I would eat like a lot of meat, and then I would drink the shake on top of it, because there's always room for dessert. And I think as a result, I'm overeating, even if it's 1 or 2 meals a day.
Yeah.
And as much as I love keto shakes or, keto chow, I think I need to cut it out at least for the rest of January and see how it goes, because there are some carbs there. So that's what I'm going through as far as carnivore goes. And then to tie it into our title about New Year's resolutions, I don't have a resolution per se, but this choice of carnivore / ketovore, first of all, it's going to be as close to carnivore as I can get it. And it's a lifestyle change. It's not just for 2023. It's not just for 2024. It's I'll be 61 in 3.5 weeks, and it's for as long as I live. And I think this gives me the best chance to live a long time and to live and have more life in those years. So there you go.
Yeah, 100%. But as your friend, I would encourage you to go and just have it checked out. You don't have to agree with their treatment, but at least then you'll know, because if it is cancer, which I pray that it isn't, but if it is, you may need to feel like you might incorporate some more fasting or do some of the protocols that some of the other people have done. And at least that way you're armed with the information. So that's my 2 cents.
And I know that's the right answer. And so I do have to take that next step. And, it's amazing the protocols that we've seen. We have a couple people in the community that have had stage 4 cancer or less, but still cancer. Mm-hmm. And these cancer treatment protocols that Dr. Hampton and others have come up with, are amazing. And the success has been amazing to see. And we know, at least from our doctors, I'm not one.
No.
I'm just telling you what I'm going through and what I'm thinking, my experience. But these carnivore doctors are telling us that cancer feeds off of sugar. Mm-hmm. And where does sugar come from? It's not just, drinking Coca-Cola, the real thing. It's, it's bread, it's cereal, it's oatmeal, it's, all the carby stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Potatoes.
Yep.
Yep. It all just goes right there. Mm-hmm. Well, so this is from Todd regarding what you're saying. Check out the Steak and Butter Gang, SBG, Steak and Butter Gang meetings, Mike. Try the priming and fasting protocol. So there's Todd's advice.
Yeah. The thing about that too, first of all, Todd and Lindy and Michael, they had their Christmas special extravaganza. Yeah. 4 hours and lots of giveaways. And I won a free month. Yes. I won a free month to the SBG group. Yeah.
We'll get over there then.
Yeah. And Teresa, my coach over at Dr. Barry. So I'm getting some really good advice. And so, yeah, I always want to throw this in too. I put it in chat, but it's nice to say it in person. Yeah, you know me. Yeah, SBG. Yeah, you know me. Yeah, SBG. Yeah, you know me. SBG.
Now you're speaking. That was like popular. That was like one of my jams.
Was it?
School. So now you're talking my generation.
There you go.
Mr. Boomer.
Boomers unite.
Generation X right now, though.
Yeah, that's right. I always say I self-identify as a millennial, which I think you're Generation X, but
I'm X.
I always say I self-identify as a millennial just because I love tech so much. But
well, here you go. Because
Yeah.
Ellie is your friend. Then she's she's Gen Y. Thanks, Ellie. We love you too.
Wait, where's my thumbs up not working?
Why not? I don't know.
I don't know.
Come on, it worked pre-video.
There we
go. It worked pre-live.
It did.
Anyway. Yes, Aaron. Well, okay, Aaron, you missed the song. You missed the song. Is Aaron, my fellow Gen X? You don't walk out of the room because you don't know when Mike's going to sing.
You don't know. Yeah, you know me. Yeah, SBG. Yeah, you know me. Yeah, SBG.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there you go, Aaron. Oh, Aaron. And we can expound on all these topics because we'll probably be on here for a while. But then the other thing is, I've started doing some weather videos on this channel, and they were doing so well. I don't want to give up the carnivore content.
No.
So I created a separate weather channel.
Did you now? Okay.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so where can we find you?
So it's at the weather Mike. The weather MIKE. At the weather. I'll put it in my chat and see if it shows up. Sorry, I have to look around my microphone to the keyboard.
Aaron, I hate to break this to you, but we're getting some rain over here. And Mike said that storm is coming your way and might bring you some snow. So don't shoot the messenger.
Nope.
Not it.
It may be a lot of snow, Aaron, and blowing snow, Aaron. It's similar to a nor'easter, if not a full-blown nor'easter. We'll see how much it strengthens. The last run didn't have it quite as strong, but northern New Jersey was getting half a foot to a foot of snow on the previous runs.
Wow.
And there's Teresa with some great advice.
Yeah, I was just going to pop that up there. So thank you, Teresa. Teresa is Mike's coach over in Dr. Barry's channel. So no red meat. What? Insulin resistance is tied to prostate. Eat lots of red meat. And
you know what? I love red meat.
Fast when you can.
Yep. Yep. And I used to be a sprinter, so I used to be fast.
I don't think that's the kind of fast she meant, Mike.
No. Dad jokes. I'm still a boomer, so dad jokes.
You know, so I've been fasting. Speaking of fasting,
yeah,
I have not been sprinting while I have been fasting because let me tell you. Okay, this is like a long story, but I have been gaining weight too, Mike. Although it hasn't bothered. Like my BMI is low. Like my jeans still fit. Okay, I'm at a healthy weight.
Yes.
But I have put on a few pounds. And so I was reflecting on, what's changed. And if I do need to like go back and reset and whatever I might need to do. And what's changed is my eating window has opened and I've come to the conclusion it's because I'm a giant baby. Okay. So here's what it is.
Right.
So in the morning I'm hungry, which that's fine. Right. And I eat when I'm hungry, which that is also fine. That's not the baby part, okay.
Right.
So I'll get up and if I'm hungry, I will eat. Okay. Then I'm a teacher. So we have a very, set schedule, right? Yep. So if I was going to try to keep my eating window short and I didn't, like if I was like, say, retired or, independently wealthy or some kind of scenario, then then I could eat breakfast, right? And then go like 4 hours and then eat like a big meal and be good. And I think if left to my own devices, that's what I would do. But those scenarios of being retired or independently wealthy are not my life right now. And so I go in to teach and our lunchtime is 11:45. And here's the big baby part. Like, I don't want to pack a big lunch. I don't want to chow down on a big lunch at school because that's a pain and I can't have my cast iron ribeye and whatever. So I'll usually if I've eaten a breakfast, I'll skip lunch. But then what happens is that puts me off until I get home from work to make my ribeye. And I just really enjoy that. So I'm going to have to suck it up, Buttercup, and figure it out. I think I want that eating window to get back to where it was. So more like a 4 to 5 hour eating window to go back to eating my, my breakfast, air quotes breakfast at 11:45, which I usually just bring a couple of hard-boiled eggs, maybe some bone broth, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
and then do my thing. Cause I do enjoy, when I'm done with work, I really enjoy coming home, you know, getting my cast iron, getting my ribeye or my chuck eye or whatever it's going to be going, you know, and then sitting down and enjoying that. I don't want to give that up. Right. So it's like, something's got to go though. You can't have it all the ways.
Do you guys have a microwave in the teacher's lounge?
So we do, but I never go down there. So although my teacher
You
buddy
never go down there. Is there a story there somewhere?
What, that I never go down to the teacher's lounge?
Yes.
None of the upper grade teachers go down to the teacher's lounge.
Okay, understood.
We eat in a room. We usually eat in our own classroom, but we have a kid who's allergic to like all the things. Eggs being one of them, and eggs is a staple for myself and my teacher friend across the hall who's keto. She's like heavy meat keto. So we bring eggs almost every day. So we can't we share students, so we can't eat in either one of our classrooms. And so we eat in another classroom across the hall. Okay. And there is a microwave in there. So like when I have my bone broth, I can heat it up in there. And what I need to do, I think, to make this more, you guys in the chat, give me some ideas. Like hard-boiled eggs, I don't not like them. I mean, they're fine, right? They're fine. But I think I would feel better about this if I could look forward to what I'm eating at lunch. So I thought about, you know, like I made that homemade butter mayo, which was really good, but that's a process. Like I don't have the patience for that.
Right.
I can do it. Yeah. But you know, any other ideas I could do with my eggs, or don't say anything about fish because I'm not doing that.
That's right, pixel
Mike?
Food.
Right, Mike? That is pixel food.
Pixel food, right.
100%. So anyways, my point about all of that was not having anything to do with my fast that I started this conversation with, except that I kind of wanted to do this fast beginning of the year. And I don't think I've made a New Year's resolution in my life. It's not my jam. I don't do it. But I thought other people are sort of doing fast or lion diet, right? Or carnivore because it's World Carnivore Month or whatever.
It is.
And so I thought I'm going to jump in on this, you know, January reset, I'm calling it. Planning to fast for 48 hours. I'm about 36 hours in right now. And then kind of use that as kind of a reset to get back to the eating window that I think is better for me, which is like more like a 24, like a 20-hour fasting window, 4-hour eating window-ish, give or take.
Okay. When would you do that, after work or before the eating part?
Oh, so I would eat at 11:45 at school for the first time.
Okay.
So I would bring my eggs, but you know, I need like, cause what's happening is I'm eating in the morning because I feel hungry. And then when I'm home, I can make something better than hard boiled eggs, right? Like I can make an omelet or scrambled eggs or whatever. And I need to, that just makes my eating window, it forces it a lot wider is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And I think I end up eating more. I don't know, just because I'm eating a bigger breakfast, which isn't a bad thing. But like I said, I put on a few pounds. So it's like, it's just time to like examine it and whatever.
Yep.
And,
yeah. My advice would be, I mean, this is just me, but I mean, you could make a ribeye ahead of time.
Yeah.
Whether it's morning or the day before. Mm-hmm. And then get one of those lunch pails. So get an old school lunch pail. Probably Roadrunner would be my favorite.
Oh, I had the Incredible Hulk when I was a kid.
Incredible Hulk.
I wish I still had it.
Old school. Stuff that thing with bacon and ribeyes and hard boiled eggs and you know, you don't need a thermos because you can just drink. You can bring your bottled water or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, have that thing stuffed full of all that good protein and fat. Some butter maybe in there.
White butter.
Big chunks of bite butter. And then, you know, warm it up in the microwave and eat that. And plus you'll be the coolest kid in school with the Hulk lunch pail.
I wish I still had my Hulk lunch pail.
You still have it?
No, I wish I did. I don't know what happened to it.
Hit all the garage sales.
Like there's the girls with their like Barbie and their like strawberry shortcake lunch pails. No, I wanted the Incredible Hulk because Lou Ferrigno is awesome and I love that show. And my mom bought me one and I'm like, yes.
Yeah, I'm old enough to remember Bill Bixby, but that's another story.
Yeah, no, not me. Sorry. Sorry, Mike.
The fellowship, the courtship of Eddie's father and then the Hulk. So he was not typecast. He had a wide range.
Oh, this is a good idea, Ellie. I think this is a good idea. She's telling me to make some meatballs.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
forget about it.
when I get my grass-fed finished cow, which is not going to be till like April or May. In fact, I probably should email them and see if they've nailed down a date yet. I'm going to have all the ground beef because when you get a cow or a part of a cow, yes, you get your steaks, but you get a load of ground beef.
Do you get to specify how fatty you want it, or do you get a variety of fattiness?
Yes. No, you can have them grind it in. I haven't done that yet. The cool part is the butcher is, so the ranch is like a little over an hour from my house. It's closer to where my mom and brother live, but the butcher they use is like 10 minutes from my house. So I'll be able to just drive over there and pick it up. So I haven't gotten to specify any of that because you don't do that because you talk to the butcher, I guess, about that. Yeah. But I definitely told the rancher I want all the fat trimmings. Like, don't throw that stuff away.
Right.
I said I want in some of the ground beef, I want some of the like organ, a little bit of organ ground into it
to mask it and still get the nutrients.
Beef, but just to get some of those. So I'm excited about those kind of things that I can do to customize it, especially because I can get my son to eat like ground beef. Like my older son, that's the one meat I can get him to do. So if I can sneak some liver in there, unbeknownst to him,
yeah, it's a trick. It's a good trick.
Yeah, right.
That's a carnivore multivitamin is liver.
That's right.
Yeah.
So yesterday, I started my fast. Well, I guess it was. So we went to my in-laws' house on New Year's Day.
How long are you fasting for?
48 hours.
Okay.
But it might end up being 60. Because here's why. Because I didn't start my fast until 8 p.m. on New Year's Day because we were at my in-laws' house. And, I brought picanha. There's my picanha for this live stream, everybody. You knew I was going to get in there.
At the 21:55 mark.
That's right. It only took me less than 22 minutes. So I brought picanha. My mother-in-law tried it and liked it. My father-in-law for sure does not like rare or medium rare meat. So yeah, he skipped right over that. But she said it was good. And so we had it like a big meal. And then she served desserts to the other people, but she was so nice to have heavy cream for me. And so later I had like a coffee with heavy cream because I didn't want to make her feel bad because she did that just for me. So
nice.
So I did do that. So my fast, I put it in a little life fasting app, starting at 8 p.m. Well, by 8 p.m. tonight, I might as well just go to bed and sleep. Like I could eat at 8 p.m., but if I'm feeling okay, I might just sleep through and, go till tomorrow morning. So,
right.
So I'm sorry, I have to go back to this. So Rebecca, does this mean you don't know what picanha is? Or does this mean you're like picanha? Ooh. If you're not sure what it is, you are missing out. Ellie, put it in the chat right now. Come on, have my back, Ellie. Picanha is a sirloin cap. Is what it is. They serve it also at the Brazilian steakhouses. If you go to a Brazilian steakhouse, it's like the best thing there. Anyways, it's like the end of the sirloin and it's got this juicy fat cap on the end of it. And if you request it from your butcher counter, you can even have them not trim off as much because they will traditionally trim it to 1/4 inch, but you can ask them to not do that and have it like extra.
Thicker the better.
Yeah, the thicker, the better.
Right.
And so I just rub the outside of that picanha. It's like a small roast is what it is. You can cut it into steaks. I don't do that. Some people do. Anyways, I just do it like as a small roast. It's like about 3 pounds. So I rub it all over with a smoked hickory salt from Redmond that I like. And then softened butter, like a little even softer than room temperature, but not melted, and just kind of slather it all over that picanha. And then I stick it in the oven. It's about 5 minutes per pound at 500 degrees to like blast it.
Wow.
It's this like delicious crust on the outside.
Why not just put it in a kiln?
Yeah, in a kiln. Yes, that's right. My kiln out in the back now. My oven at 500 degrees. Then you just turn off the oven and just let it ride for about 2 hours. So the oven just kind of gradually cools off. The inside is like this perfect, like rare to mid-rare, but just like uniform pink, all the way through. The meat juice and the butter kind of land in the bottom and make this delicious like sauce that you just kind of spoon. Oh my gosh, like serious. So good. And it's not expensive.
Yeah.
So like the regular price of picanha is $8.79 a pound. here, and I think it gives ribeye a run for its money.
That's cool. Now you answered my question that I had in my mind, but it was in my mind, so let me say it out loud.
Okay.
Because I was wondering, is it a type of meat that you need to cook for a long time to really soften it up? Or is it one you could slice up and fry it up like a steak? But it sounds like it's, kind of like a roast where you do need to cook it for some time to break down the muscle so it's nice and tender.
Yeah. So I looked up, okay, because I was taking this to my in-laws' house and they live about an hour away. And I thought that I had a chuck roast, but I didn't. So I was like, well, I'll just bring picanha, because my plan for the day was to put a chuck roast in my slow cooker, because that's easy, right? You could just then take that whole thing over. And I thought picanha, because it's like, you're putting it in the oven, and then what? You're going to take it out. You should take it out, slice it up, and eat it. But no, I'm going to take it out and transport it an hour down the freeway. Like, I was nervous about that. But when I Googled like picanha in a crock pot, like that is not a thing. Like, not one. It's like not a thing. No. So I was like, well, I'm not going to be the first one to try it.
Yeah. And definitely not picanha in an air fryer.
No. So I did it like the way that I just said. And then I put it in the crock pot just to transport. Like, I didn't. And then when we got there, she wasn't ready. So I just put it on like warm.
Yeah.
Keep it just kind of sat there on warm. And it was really good still. So
maybe
I for that.
A crock pot could be your lunch pail.
A crock pot could be my lunch pail.
That's how you could bring picanha to school in a crock pot.
In a crock pot.
And just keep it plugged in.
I have brought picanha leftovers. I am not afraid to eat it cold like a cave woman. I'll tell you that right now. It's not bad. If you're hungry, just cold and cave woman style.
Well, you're a lioness already, so and also a cave woman. If you need another show, I don't know how you would have time for that, but you could start the cave woman show as well.
So stay tuned, Mike.
Yep. You'll figure out a way.
Because let me tell you, I'm pretty sure this month is World or National Introvert Month, as well as World Carnivore Month. And I'm like, when the introverts and carnivores collide
and take over the world.
I have a skit in mind. Mike Shaw. Stay tuned.
Just have mercy on us extroverts, please.
Aw, I like all my extroverts. It's good. It's just that after I get all extroverty, I just need a break. That's all.
I understand. I do.
So thank you, Teresa. So Christy, when I got close to my goal weight, I upped the fat and dropped 6 more pounds. Okay. Your body might be getting nervous. Not enough energy is coming in. Okay. All right. I'm gonna, I feel like you gotta try these things for a little bit of time. Sometimes it's hard to be patient. But I feel like I gave eating breakfast a go for like a month, and I just slowly kept, the weight, another pound here, another pound there. And it wasn't like variable. It was just like up. And so it's like, all right, maybe it's time to try something different.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of a good bite butter, or, adding butter, or, the picanha with that thick old fat cap on there. I mostly do ribeyes, chuck eyes if the ribeyes aren't on sale, with some butter, that kind of thing.
Well, you're so famous with the bite butter. You got a butter ornament.
I did. It's right here.
Oh, it's right there again. Look at that. It's an ornament. It hangs on your tree. Merry fatty Christmas.
That's right.
That's the way it should be.
So, Ellie, this is so hilarious. Take a crock pot and add wheels and pull it around like a suitcase. Yeah, I'm not afraid to do that. They have a day, like a school, like a spirit day. My school hasn't done it, but like my son's high school did, where it's like your backpack is not a backpack day. So you bring something else, like instead of your backpack, like whatever the thing is. Mine could be a crock pot. If my school does that, I might. Or maybe my cast iron pan. I don't know.
Yeah, a crock pot, how big it is, you have to carry it with 2 hands so you don't spill it and stuff. And so, that's why I like Ellie's plan, because you put it on wheels, or if you could create some sort of cage to carry it like a suitcase. Like, maybe I should invent that. I'll make a Brazilian dollars. I don't know how much a Brazilian is, but that sounds like a lot. It sounds like a lot. So
it sounds like a lot to me.
Right,
don't make any money. What do I know?
And then I could retire and I could do carnivore and weather videos all day long.
I would watch all your carnivore and weather videos.
It'd be fantastic. It'd be fantastic. I forgot to mention we have freezing fog and 18 right now.
Okay, we don't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We don't.
It's wonderful.
Oh, hi, Carrie. Look
Hi, Carrie.
Carrie's here. Hi, Carrie. Carrie is sending me a gift, Mike. I smell a challenge.
Yeah, I saw that video.
Oh, did you see it?
I did see it. Yeah, stretchy
she made
resistance
a whole video
things.
just for me. I mean,
yeah,
so special.
Yep, she's sending it your way. So you guys are going to have to, I guess, do another challenge with the stretchy resistant band thingies.
We are, and we're going to incorporate it into a jump rope challenge too.
Oh.
So stay tuned. So you talked about John Wood, right, earlier?
Yeah.
So it's going to be John Wood. He's been jump roping. I'm like, oh no, he is not going to out jump rope me. He could out push up me. Okay, I concede.
He's a dude.
But I am not conceding the jump roping. So yes, we'll be jump roping, and then Carrie is coming in to join with that, and she's bringing in the resistance bands. So it's going to be a good February.
I think for me, if I have, it's not a New Year's resolution, but if I have like a goal, I need to have enough cash flow to join the gym. That's sort of how I work best. For me, if I show up at the gym, I'm going to do the work. So the hard part is just showing up. The other part of that, it's 18 degrees and freezing fog. So I'm probably not going to go for a 3-mile walk.
Right.
I mean, if I was tough, I would. If I liked the cold as much as I claim, I would.
Right. He says he likes the snow, you guys. I think he's lying because he won't go for a 3-mile walk in it.
I'll go and take pictures and drive around and slide around corners because it's a blast. But I don't know that I want to walk 3 miles in 18 degrees and freezing fog. But maybe I should try it. It might be good.
So Rebecca says, I'm in Tulsa, so not extremely cold, but my daughter moved to Minneapolis area this fall. Her southern self is feeling shocked by the cold. So Rebecca, I'm in Southern California, and I am not leaving. Well, if I leave, it's going to have to be somewhere like Tulsa.
Yeah, right.
Where we don't get too cold, because I'm very I was born here. I'm not acclimated to it. I would not do well in the snow. It would not go well for me.
Well, this next, not the storm you're having now, but the one behind it, might bring some, depending on which model pans out, and they're still working on it. We're a week out, but Tulsa might get some snow out of this second one. We'll see. It's going to be close.
Okay. Are you telling me I'm going to have to deal with inclement weather when I go back to work next week? Because I'm going back on Monday, and I'm trying very hard not to think about it because I've been enjoying. I've had 2.5 weeks off. I have another half a week.
Yep.
I don't want to do that. Because
you have storm after storm after storm after storm. So yeah, there's like 3 lined up, and they're coming through California before they strengthen in the Four Corners area and then go where they're going to go. So yeah, I mean,
it is.
You know what they say? It doesn't rain in Southern California. It pours. Man, it pours.
It does pour. If it's going to rain, it's going to rain. There's been now, if it rains hard enough, we've had inclement weather. We've had school closures due to the flooding.
Yeah.
So because there's a chance where my school is located, it's in a low socioeconomic area, and the roads and the drainage are not great. So if we really get a good rain, there's only one way in. It's like one road that kind of goes through. So it kind of goes in on both, you can go in or out on one road. And if it floods on both ends, they have to close school.
Yeah, right.
That hasn't happened many times, but it's happened twice, I think, in the time that I've worked there. So we could hope for that.
Yeah, it's an El Nino year. And so, you know how El Ninos go for Southern California, generally speaking.
Yep.
A lot of rain and a parade of storms. So, you and I both might get some time off from school. So I, as you know, and I don't know if everybody watching knows, I drive a van for a local school district, and I take kids to Boys Town. So if you remember Father Flanagan, Mickey Rooney, that old movie, Boys Town. So Omaha might be the original Boys Town. I'm not sure. But anyway, it's an hour drive. So I pick them up early in the morning. I take them to Boys Town in the afternoon, and then I bring them back. And so that's my job. Now, obviously, if it snows enough, I'm going to have the day off. So that may happen next week, Tuesday. If you get enough rain, you might have the day off.
It could
Yeah.
happen. Do
Yeah.
you go back to work tomorrow? That's confusing.
Yeah. Tomorrow for 2 days.
So they're starting back up on a Thursday?
Yep.
That's cruel and unusual, man.
Yeah. Or it's kind of cool. You got a short week,
Yeah.
Are the
Okay.
teachers even going to
him.
teach anything if you're a
Look
student?
at
You're just like,
him looking on the sunny side. Okay, Mike.
yeah.
I'm glad I don't have to go back tomorrow.
Thursday you show up for school and the teacher's getting back into things as much as you are. Everyone's a little unruly, unfocused. So it's a goof off day. Friday, you get a little bit done, but it's Friday. So,
Friday.
So I don't know. It's like 2 free days.
Okay. Well, that's the bright side, I guess.
If I don't drive, I don't get paid. So
you gotta drive. So if we take a day off because of too much rain or whatever, or fires, we've had some fire days because the air's been smoky and stuff. Anyways, we still get paid. Us teachers still get paid.
Yep.
So, that was improper grammar. We teachers still get paid. I'm sorry. I'm a teacher. I should know better. Teresa, thank you. She's saying to try for 2 weeks. That's helpful because I just knew I needed to try it, but for exactly how long to give something a shot, I didn't really know. So thank you. And a woman after my own heart. I heavily salt the top of a stick of butter and snack all day. # bite butter.
Right.
I love it.
And getting a little salty with it.
Getting a little salty.
Yep.
So yesterday did not go well with my fast. I mean, I did it, but it was bad. And I think here's why. I didn't give up coffee for my fast, but I did decide to drink the coffee black. Well, black coffee, when you're used to heavy cream in your coffee, is not as good. So I didn't drink as much coffee. And then this is where it went downhill. I started to get a caffeine withdrawal headache. Then I was like, then that was making me queasy. So I didn't want to have any more coffee black. And then it just snowballed. And then I was nauseous and the headache just got, I think because I wasn't eating. And then, it was bad. So if you go watch our Lioness lifestyle from last night, I was faking it. I was faking that I was happy and fun. I was happy to meet Neely. She was an awesome, I was really enthralled by her story with her homestead and her homeschooling and her journey and her iron deficiency and all that stuff. I'm not saying that, but boy, I was kind of queasy still and kind of not doing well. I feel fine today. I feel great today.
Good.
So
good.
I had a cup of black coffee this morning. I had some electrolytes and some water. I don't have a headache. I'm not nauseous. So that's much, much better.
Nauseousness is not anyone's favorite.
No,
I don't think.
Deb says I win the Oscar. No, she did not go that far. She said I could not tell you were not feeling well last night. Thank you, Deb. I appreciate that. I didn't want to miss it.
Let's celebrate.
Let's celebrate. Woohoo!
I'm glad you're feeling better, though.
Yeah, thanks. I wanted to be there. I didn't want to miss it. I didn't want to let my lionesses down, and I wasn't going to let a fast get me down or a caffeine headache or anything else. Yeah. So
I'm a wimp when it comes to headaches. And so I try to avoid them. So
I didn't want to take Advil because it was bad enough that I would have taken some, but I didn't because that would have made the nausea worse because I couldn't eat with it. Right. So I just dealt with it. Thanks, Ellie. This is just what I need, right, Mike?
My dad used to say that about everything.
I don't have any hair on my chest. I need some. No.
Just for variety.
Okay, Kara, thanks for chiming in here. I also fasted yesterday for 24 hours, had the same issue with coffee, had to drink it black, and it wasn't so good. So yes, just ended up having half a cup.
Yeah.
Yes, and let us know how you did with that. It did not go well for me because I'll be really honest, you guys. Ever since the Keurig was invented, I will just tend to kind of sip on coffee, throughout the day because it's just easy to do and it's good and whatever.
Yeah.
And so I think I need to start. This has taught me that maybe I need to switch my later coffees to decaf because that headache was not.
Yeah. Switch your later coffees to water if you can.
Water, I know. Yeah. Baby steps, Mike Shaw. Come on.
Right.
Baby
well,
steps.
I'm no one to give advice on coffee because, I do stick with 1 cup in the morning, but I put a bunch of stuff in it. Usually some salt, some iodine, some butter, and sometimes if I have it, MCT oil, which I'm out now, but I'll put coconut oil.
Okay.
Today I didn't do the coconut oil. I just did the butter and the salt and the iodine drops.
Yeah.
And it's really good. But when you're fasting, you don't want to do that because you want to stick with black coffee.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That was my downfall yesterday.
Yeah,
But like I said, I'm doing much better today. I feel fine. I think if it was just feeling hungry is one thing, but this was like hungry plus nausea plus dizzy plus headache. It was like a migraine. It was whew, serious.
Yeah. I wanted to say hi to Tanya. She says she's in Southern PA, and she said at 8:34, which would be 6:34.
This one?
Yeah, that's it. I love snow, even shoveling snow. This is
okay.
Right? We're tracking, Tanya. And Southern PA on this storm that's coming, the one that's hitting Christie now, according to the model runs that I've seen so far, and I've covered them on my new channel and the last few videos on this channel, Southern PA could get a lot of snow from this storm. So that's good. Snow lovers rejoice.
Tanya, you heard it here first from our friendly local weatherman. He's local because he knows all the places. He's like, I could tell you about California, Pennsylvania, New Jersey. What do you want?
I don't know how this happened. It's a gift, I guess. You remember in school and your classmates struggled with geography? And it came naturally for me. So I have this map in my head of the United States. So it's helpful when you're doing weather.
Man.
Right.
That's really good. I was never good with geography. I remember having, like in college, I remember having to memorize all the countries and their capitals. I was so annoyed. I'm like, half these countries are going to be different next year anyways. Why are we remembering them all?
You get me out of the United States, I maybe struggle a little bit more.
Oh my goodness, yeah. I did it. I'm not saying I didn't do it, but yeah, it was not like fun. I was just like, I had to memorize all the countries and their capitals.
Sounds like you're ahead of me when it comes to world.
I mean, I don't remember them anymore, Mike. It's called, I crammed it in there for the test, and then it promptly went out the other side.
Okay. Well, at least you admit it.
Yeah, right? Not my thing. Hi, Nicole. I popped this right up because she says a quick
hello. Hi.
Hi, Nicole. Nice to see you.
We miss you, Nicole. We've been praying for you.
Aaron later. So if you really want to see a live stream go right off the rails, tune in.
Perfect. Yep. Well, it's my last day off before going back to work, and I have a ton of work. I'm working on 2 websites and some other things. Yeah, it's just been crazy. And so when I get overwhelmed like that, I tend to goof off more. So I might be there.
Okay, cool. Well, you know it's going to be a good time.
Oh, yeah.
With the 3 of us, I mean, you don't know what's going to happen.
And then Renee and I will be in the back of the room throwing stuff at people in the chat.
Yeah.
So you give us detention.
Yeah, I just might give you detention. That's all.
Right. Yeah, it happens. Happens a lot.
Put you in timeout.
Yep. Hey, Lainey.
Hey, Lainey from Western Australia.
Good day.
Serena. This is Ellie's daughter, Serena, Mike. So look at what she's sending us. I mean, have you seen so many hearts ever? With a supernova explosion or whatever that is.
That's so cool. 6 weeks until Valentine's Day.
That's right.
We're ready. Now we're ready.
Now we're ready. We have enough hearts to take us through. So that's amazing.
Yeah, no doubt. Golly, that's awesome. It's almost like Pixel walked across the emoji keyboard.
That was close. I don't know where she went. She was in here.
She'll be back.
Yeah, she'll be back. She's always around here somewhere. She'll be back to attack me or something.
Yeah. So specifically on the title, New Year's resolutions and other topics.
Okay.
Do you do resolutions? Do you have a resolution?
No, I have never once, I think ever that I can recall, done a New Year's resolution. To me, it's just another day on the calendar. I often wonder what all the hoopla is about. But, like I've said it a few times now. I'm sort of like the left brain logical person that doesn't tend to
right.
But being in this community and being on all the live streams and everybody telling everybody Happy New Year is probably the most festive about it I've felt, because I really am, glad to be going into this new year with all of you guys. I do feel that way. And also, having found this way of eating and my health being so much better. So I feel grateful for all of that, you know, going into this new year. I am not one to stay up till midnight. You know, my husband used to always try to get me to do it. I'm like, nope, I'll be in bed. I just don't, you know, if I'm going to do anything, I will watch the Rose Parade on New Year's Day. You know, that's been that was a tradition we had at home growing up.
Pasadena is still pretty far from you, though. What, couple hours?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've never been, and I wouldn't because I'm an introvert in crowds. And that's the thing. Like, you got to go camp out there and stuff. No, not going to happen. But I do enjoy, you know, watching it on TV and all of that. So this time I didn't even watch it at 8 a.m. I watched a replay like later. So I wasn't feeling super festive at all. But, you know, I think this is the closest I've gotten to a resolution with this January reset. Okay, get it together. You know, I'm not freaking out. But I'm just checking in with my body, going to kind of go back to where it was, see if that helps. I'm going to try it for at least 2 weeks because, hey, the coach just told me to.
That's right.
And if I feel like I need to cut my fat, then I will, you know, try some of that. But again, I'm not stressed. And I know for sure it's not because it's low calorie. I know that because I stopped doing that. I don't count my calories, but
no need.
I'm for sure at dinner eating at least a pound, usually more than a pound, like a pound and a quarter of like a ribeye or a chuck eye, and I only know that because it's on the package, right?
Yep, right.
But it's a big chunk of meat. Like if I see somebody cooking up a 6-ounce steak, I'm like, but just why though? Like it's not like you might as well just not even have done that.
Right.
You know, give me the big steak all the time.
Cook more than you need and then finish it if you can.
Yeah, that's right. So anyway, I mean, it's fine to each their own. I'm just saying that's what I think when I see a little 6-ounce, you know, or a steak like that. I'm like, you need about 3 more of those.
There you go. Right.
But anyway, yeah. So it could just be a fat thing, or, you know, like what my theory is, it's the eating window has just gotten quite wide. And so maybe it's that. I don't know, but yeah, this is the closest I've gotten, and I'm kind of doing it now because other people are doing it now. So it's like community has become very important to me. I'm the only carnivore in real life that I know. So
yeah, right.
You know, and so
I know a couple here, which is nice.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I know a couple, like my mom is keto, my teacher BFF is keto. Yep. So it's not like I have nobody, like, and especially when I go for family holidays at my side of the family, it's super easy because I know my mom is going to bring all the meat and it's fine. And it's all going to be, you know, something I can eat and I don't have to feel bad about it. And we're kind of doing it together. So if they're going to make fun of us, it's going to be the both of us, not just me.
Safety in numbers.
You know, I should have checked in with my brother before this live stream because he told me he was going to go carnivore in January.
Oh, cool.
And I have not spoken to him, and it is January 3rd.
It sure is.
So there's that. I got to check in with that boy and find out how it's going.
See what's going on. And at church, I've got the bass player in our worship band he's carnivore. And then my friend Deb, who comes into our chat sometimes, she's carnivore.
Okay.
And, you know, low carb most of the time, carnivore. So, so it's great, you know. So sometimes we get to visit and compare notes. I know our bass player, Dave, he's encouraged me a couple times because he's on the other end of the success. So, you know, he's ahead of me, which is great. And then Deb and I talk about where we are in the journey and things like that. So it's encouraging to have people, you know, in person, but you know, the carnivore community here is the best on the planet. It's just amazing how encouraging everyone here is, how nice everyone here is, and how much fun we have in live chats.
We have so much fun. Look at my big smile. These lives like this on smaller channels like this. Yeah. I like being on, but I also like being in the chat. You know, it's very interactive and you see your friends in there and, oh, hey, you know, and I mean, then everyone's like, oh, Christy's here, you know, and it just makes you feel so like welcome. And then you can, you know, put stuff in there and people will answer you. And it's great.
I always say carnivore lives are the new bar hopping. And then when you come into the chat, it's like Norm.
Yes. You know, great. Yes. Everybody. And you know, what's funny, and then I'll acknowledge Ellie's comment here, but what's funny is I always try to support all the channels. So if they're streaming to 2 or 3 channels, I'll open 3 tabs or whatever and go in. But then in the chat, I'm like looking, I'm like, oh, now I found you.
Yep.
There's Mike, or there's who, Ellie,
Yep.
or whatever.
Yep.
You can hop through the chats to find the one where, where your friends are. But
I'll usually do 2 tabs and watch 2 at once.
Mhm.
I have a double wide monitor, which is helpful, but
Ooh.
yeah, if you start doing 3, it gets a little too crowded.
Well, I just mute the other 2 and then
Yep.
just, but I have them running because hopefully
Right.
that's giving them watch hours or whatever.
Yep.
That's all.
But I like to
then
bounce
mute
between the chats like you do too. So that's kind of fun.
You could probably do it better by having them. So I have to like click on the tabs, but I don't
Right.
have the double monitors. Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
be too much for my brain.
Yep.
But yeah, I usually kind of do mostly in one. But yeah, I do kind of hop back and forth if there's friends. Usually I'll find Renee or somebody doing the same thing. I'll find
Yep.
her in all 3, that kind of thing.
Yep.
But anyways, Ellie's saying this is my first resolution where I don't need to lose weight. Ellie
Yay.
looks amazing, you guys.
Nice.
Wow. So mine are to read 1 book a month. Okay, Ellie, tell us what book you're reading this month then. Less screen time and to keep growing my channel. I love that. Kept it simple. Keep gratitude in my heart. That's
there you
awesome.
go. That is great. That's fantastic. And, she was giving me a hard time because I was, did you see the video with her husband, Con?
That was a great video.
It was a great video. And so I commented, it's like, man, he's a super smart dude. And no wonder everyone likes him because he's likable, blah, blah, blah. And then she's like, this is Con's favorite comment. I'm like, well, yeah, of course.
Well, you just said a bunch of really nice things.
I just hope you guys, do more. And I guess that's the plan. So
yes,
maybe Con will get his own channel even. So we like it when carnivores expand the universe and we add more channels. So it's a good thing. And so Christy, and you don't have to do this, but a lot of carnivores, they talk about their spouses, but we never see them. It's kind of like Tim Allen's neighbor.
Right. Wilson, just hiding like this.
Yeah,
you only
right, exactly. So, and I'm not saying you have to bring your husband on, but because I don't know him, he may have no interest in that.
I don't think he wants to.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I could try.
Yeah,
what do you want to hear from him?
I have no idea because I don't know him. So what would he say? I mean, he's not doing carnivore. I know that.
So. No, he's not even like low carb or anything right now. But oh my gosh. Okay. So I mean,
here's the idea. What's it like having a crazy wife who's eating carnivore?
He would have a lot to say. Yeah. The YouTube never turns off. Carnivore. Right. I can't wait to have a conversation where we're not talking about carnivore.
That's what we want to hear.
That's the kind of stuff he would say. Poor guy.
And then, and then we could draw him in. See, unbeknownst to him.
Unbeknownst to him. Yeah, he's sleeping right now. He cannot hear this plot that we are hatching, Mike Shaw.
Yes. We have a plot.
He's a great guy. He just started doing massage therapy, so he could probably have some things to say about that. Right. Anyways, he's doing really well. So what about you? New Year's resolutions? We talked about me. What about you?
Yeah. So I used to do resolutions, and a lot of times it was the usual, start working out, lose weight. And I had varying degrees of success. Sometimes that would last for months. Sometimes it would last for weeks. Sometimes it would never get off the ground. So I quit doing resolutions. What I do now, and really I'm just starting this too. It's kind of more of a spiritual discipline. I've been praying for the last few weeks of 2023 and just asking God for a word for 2024, something to focus on and to be, cognizant of all the time or most of the time. And so that word for me, it kept coming up and kept coming up. So my word for 2024 is trust. So, and one reason for that is 2023 has been amazing. And I should do a long video about it that no one will watch, but at least I could get it out there for me. But
posterity, I would watch it.
I moved from Texas to Iowa, which was a big change. I found a whole new church family, have made great friends, started working for a nonprofit that's basically a startup. And we were doing well for a while financially. We've kind of run out of money. And so that's where the trust comes in. So, I hit several months in a row, and this is kind of still going on, where I didn't know. Well, no, actually I think it's resolved itself, but starting late summer until last month, I didn't know how I was going to pay rent. I'd be 2 weeks out and I'm like, this makes no sense on paper.
Mm-hmm.
And then God would show up somehow. I would get a check, or I would pick up an odd job or a website or something. And I have not missed a meal. I have not missed a payment. I've not missed a bill. God is good. And so why do I worry? Why have I fretted? So I'm going to remember to trust. So that's why trust is my word this year, just because God is so good. And so I'm excited about that.
Yeah, that's awesome. I finally got paid today. So you might have remembered me saying that we don't get paid in December.
Yeah.
But yeah, the bummer is, so this is like not carnivore at all, but you talk about trust. So
yeah, right.
Yeah, but we our mortgage, the way we pay it is we do the biweekly payments, which means 2 months out of the year you have 3 payments instead of 2, which you end up making 13 payments, and then your mortgage isn't 30 years, it's shorter, blah, blah, blah. Anyways.
Right. Yeah.
So unfortunately, I didn't think it was going to come out yesterday, but like a mortgage payment came out yesterday and we went like way negative because there was nothing left in there because I didn't get paid in December. Yeah. But the bank covered it. Like the bank covered it.
Yep.
So I wasn't delinquent on my mortgage payment. It just had a giant negative balance for a day. And then I got paid today. So
okay, good.
We're
made
good.
it up.
We're
yeah.
Good.
If Russ were here, he'd be saying, well, Christy's living in her car.
Yeah, that's my next move. Yeah, serious. No, it worked out, but yeah, it's rough not getting paid in December. I know it just seems silly because it seems like, well, it's like 5 days, but yeah, when stuff like that happens, it's like, well, I mean, that's just the way it is.
I get paid once a month.
Yeah, I get paid once a month, and my husband hasn't been working for a year because he's been going to massage therapy school. So not only did we lose an income, but we paid tuition and gas money and all of that, all the things, books and all of that goes into that.
Yeah.
So yeah, he wasn't working for a year. So he just got hired and he's only had 1 paycheck. So, we haven't we're catching up. We're working on catching up now.
And it's weird too, when you get a new job, you have to work until the end of the pay period. Right. Then on payday, you get half a check, and then you finally work and it's 3 weeks or a month before you really get rolling.
Correct. So yeah, he'll get his first like real paycheck, like based on all the things you just said, on Friday. So I feel like, okay, whew. But yeah, fortunately, our bank did not say, no, sorry, there's no money to cover this mortgage, because that would have been a whole, thing with the mortgage company. So that didn't happen. So it's fine.
That's good. That is good.
It all worked out.
You don't need to be living in a van by the river.
No, I don't. No. I got 2 kids still.
So I have an idea for your husband. This is a market he could go after. So in this community, the Dr. Sean O'Mara fans, the Christy fans, people that you have encouraged to sprint.
Yeah, there's a few.
And some of them might need a deep muscle massage.
There you go.
To help work out those sore muscles. Although I'm hearing carnivores don't get sore really, but.
Oh, when I sprinted every day for that month of September, I was sore. Yeah. I was sore. Yeah. And earlier, so I'm not sprinting while I'm fasting because I just felt horrible yesterday. I'm just going to wait. But no, there was a couple days, I was definitely sore. It's usually the quadriceps.
Well, you should have done every other day, as you admitted later and found out later, because you just didn't give yourself time to recover. Right. Correct. But I mean, you're young and you could get away with it. So that's good. I remember when I was really young, 16, 17, playing football, and you start the season with 2-a-days or daily doubles. And talk about, it's a good thing you're 16, 17 to recover from those workouts. Because I remember in between workouts, I'd be taking a nap and I'd wake up and I couldn't get off the couch. My legs were too sore. You roll off the couch and figure out how to stand up. And then once you move around, it works itself out. But anyway, that's a market for your son, for your husband.
It's a good market. He will do deep tissue. Not every massage therapist does deep tissue.
There it is.
So he will do that.
He'll make $1 Brazilian.
He will. When I first started sprinting, there was more than just my quadriceps that were sore. Like, I don't know what they're called. Let me know if you guys know what they're called. Even when I made the video about it, I'm like, I don't know what these muscles are called, but they're the ones on like the front of your ankle that makes your foot flex up. Like that was sore. Yeah. That was sore for like a week and a half from like picking my feet up to like to run. Cool. And then that went away. And then it wasn't sore after that. But my quadriceps stayed. Yeah. My quadriceps stayed sore that whole month. And now even when I sprint, you know, I'll be sore like the next day and then feel better. But yeah, I love it. I don't know what these are called though.
I was going to ask you too, because you have been adding challenges, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like it's like, oh, we're done with that challenge. Let's move on to the next. You've been adding them.
Right.
Which is an encouragement and just amazing. An example. But do you think your weight gain, because we didn't really address this, is your weight gain muscle, do you think? Or can you tell your clothes are not fitting the way you like?
So for sure, some of the weight gain is muscle because I gained that muscle in September too, like as proven by my scale. If I get on my scale now though, that, you know, because my scale is like that body, whatever scale that tells you like muscle and fat and all that stuff.
Right.
All that muscle is still there. It didn't go away, but it's telling me that the more recent weight is like either fat or water or something. I don't know. I didn't look at it really closely. I don't think it's all muscle. I mean, my clothes, I can still wear the same clothes. The pants are a little tighter. I'm pear shaped. So that's where it all goes. It goes right to the thighs every dang time. But I mean, I'm still in the same size and it's not like as, I don't know, wobbly, because there is a good muscle under there from all the sprinting. I'm still doing squats. If you watch my recent heart attack chicken fried in bacon grease video, I'm showing how I fit in fitness.
That's an amazing video. I almost put that in the comments. It's a workout video and a cooking video in one. It is.
I did that video about fitting in fitness that nobody watched because nobody cares. So I'm like, well, if I show how I fit in fitness while I'm cooking fried chicken, I mean, that's got to be a win, right?
You're doing counter push-ups while you know.
I didn't make you watch them all. I told you how many I did, but I didn't like, I fast forwarded the speed and like didn't put all of them in there.
It's cracking me up. I'm like, Christy, the consummate overachiever.
Here's what it is. I get bored. If I'm standing there for like 8 minutes waiting for chicken to fry, I can't just stand there for I got to have something to do. So it's either unload the dishwasher or countertop push-ups. Like that's really what I do. And I can't. So you said you're going to join the gym. I'm going to hold you to that, Mike.
Yeah, I need to
join the gym and you're going to go. But anyways,
I will. I just need the cash.
Yeah. Yep. So I can't do that. It's like too much intense focus on that one thing. Like I get bored or something. And I don't know. So I like a lot better. Like when I go out to sprint, that takes me 10 minutes, 15 minutes tops, usually 10 minutes and I'm done. And it goes really fast. And then throughout the rest of the day, I just throw in like what you saw in that video. Like if I'm waiting for something else, chicken to fry, for one example, you know, I'll throw in some countertop push-ups or some squats or whatever. So I am still doing some of those things that you talked about. Planks, I have not done a plank since my plank challenge, because let me tell you, I got calluses on my elbows.
Wow. That's crazy. Do you need a better yoga mat or whatever they call it?
Yeah, I want they have a squishier yoga mat. I don't know if that would help, thicker one.
Probably.
Maybe that. But yeah, I had some, I mean, they didn't hurt or anything. They're gone now, but it was like a dry, like circle on each elbow because I planked every day for a month and I was up to like over 2 minutes.
That's great.
Yeah. So that was cool. But
can't you just borrow one of those mats from school?
We don't have any. Oh
my God. You don't have them in the gym? Those mats?
We don't have a gym. What are you talking about, Mike Shaw? This is not 1963. I'm sorry.
Wow. That's crazy.
We don't. I'm teasing you, but we don't. We don't have any of that stuff anymore. And it's state required for those fifth graders to do like push-ups and sit-ups.
Yeah.
So the only place we have where they can do them that isn't like concrete, which obviously you can't do them on concrete, or like the cafeteria floor is like tile or whatever, or linoleum or something. I don't know. Anyways, yeah. So it's like, I jokingly call it the SpongeBob. It's just like the spongy area under the swings and stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
They have that spongy stuff there so the kids don't, break an arm, although we've had a few broken arms. But when they fall off the whatever monkey bars or whatever, and that's like a softer landing. So yeah, we take them over there, and that's where they have to do their push-ups and sit-ups. But it's not really that like you would think it would be softer. It's not that soft, and it gets like hot. So you can't. And here it gets hot. We get 100-degree weather. So if it's hot like that, or it gets wet and it holds water. So like in the morning with all the condensation,
the marine layer comes in and squishes up your.
Yes. We get that June gloom, May gray, June gloom. That part of the year, which is right when the state test is supposed to be done.
And then the marine layer goes up and the temperature jumps 20 degrees in a half hour.
Yeah, exactly. So it just makes it interesting. Yeah, we don't have a gym. The middle schools have gyms, but the elementary schools, there's no gym.
Okay, we had one in elementary because boomers rule.
Right.
And we didn't have anything. We had concrete underneath our jungle gyms and monkey bars. Because, I don't know why. Those of us that survived are tougher, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
We didn't have helmets for our bikes. They didn't exist.
We need more seatbelts. I mean, I have some things I can relate to you on. Mike.
That's true.
Okay. I'm the next generation from you, but we did not wear seatbelts as kids. It was not a law. I remember when that law happened in California. Yep. And my parents made me wear one, and my mom started wearing one, and my dad would not wear one until one time I was in the car. He got pulled over for not wearing one.
Oh, in front of his daughter. Embarrassing. Yeah. Yeah. I always had to wear a seatbelt even as a little kid. My grandparents made me and my parents did, but it was just the lap. It was only the lap belt.
Yes.
They didn't have the shoulder stuff yet.
Not in the back seat ever. Right. They were all lap belts back there.
Right. So you probably have internal injuries. I don't know.
Yeah, seriously.
It was a different world. And, you'd help someone move and you're riding in the back of the pickup down the freeway, holding the mattress. What could go wrong?
I mean, we're alive. So there's that.
We may, like I said, those of us that survived are tougher.
That's right. So Ellie was saying, thank you, Mike. That's so sweet. Con and I are going to do more videos. Okay. We're going to be looking for that. So you were talking about your word, Mike. So some people threw their words in here. So Rebecca says she thinks her word this year is consistency.
I like that.
That's a really good word.
That's a really good word.
And then Ellie chimed in. She likes the idea of having a word to represent the year. So she thinks hers will be gratitude.
That's an excellent word.
Yes.
I'm thankful for that word.
Julia said I've had this thought too, Julia, which is why I'm popping it up here. It's remarkable to me how many carnivores are also faith-based.
It's true.
I've noticed that too.
Yep. It's true. It's a lot.
And then Lainey's saying to Rebecca, but I'm going to put it up here because consistency is my word for this year too. It's the thing I struggle with the most. Yes.
Yep. I can relate.
Hey, check this out. Teresa says trust was her 2022 word. So you're rebooting it, Mike. The trust reboot. I like it.
Bringing it back.
Yes, I love it.
Well, it's a great word. I mean, so God has shown up every time and he is trustworthy. I just need to quit fretting. Now, if you play guitar and the Bible says don't fret, he's not talking about the guitar. Okay. Anyway.
No, it does not apply to that. I do not play the guitar. My dad did. You might or might not know.
Yep.
Hi. I just want to say hi. She's saying hi just to me there. So hi. Thank you. And I'll put this one up because I'm so strong. Yeah. So strong. Love it.
The gun show.
The gun show. That's right. My school does have a library, Ellie. We have the most awesome librarian too. And she's retiring this year. And it's so sad. And I'm crying. She's been my school librarian since I started teaching. Like legitimately in August or actually it was July because we were year round then. July of 2000 was my first going into like teaching. And this lady was the school librarian then. And so she's been the school librarian at the two schools where I've worked like my entire career. And now she's retiring.
Oh, wow. That's going to be weird.
It's going to be very weird and we're going to miss her. So we do still have a library, but there's no like encyclopedias or that kind of stuff anymore. It's just books, for the kids to read.
How do you handle that? You teach fifth grade, right?
I do. Mm-hmm.
Right. So like Wikipedia is still frowned upon as a source. But in fifth grade, are you doing that kind of research for papers yet? Or probably, right?
Yeah, they are. Now, honestly, because I handle most of the science, I do science and math. So the English language arts is my partner teacher. So that's kind of on her. But I will tell you that we did a teacher institute at Colonial Williamsburg. So they run it just for teachers. It's free, but they give you all kind of resources. And I went as like a participant, but the year I went, she was actually one of the master teachers there. Yeah. So she has all kinds, I mean, for like history stuff, because like I said, she teaches the history at ELA. So when they're writing about that, you know, she has tons of resources, you know, online for that purpose.
Right. So trusted links to go to.
Yeah, it's trusted stuff and everything. As far as other stuff goes, you just kind of have to find it. So it's, you know, if she's going to do some kind of research project and it's not, you know, based on that stuff, she will usually give them a list, like here's some websites and then here's some books and then you choose, and then they do have to cite their sources in 5th grade. Yeah,
that's
have
good.
to cite their sources and tell, it's not like, you know, ALA or APA documentation or anything, but they do have to say, according to blah, 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 blah by so-and-so.
Oh, that's good practice.
Blah, 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 blah. So they have to cite their, you know, whatever source they got that information from. And then they have to be able to like riff on that, like whatever they researched, you know, they have to be able to write about that and talk about it. So
and expound.
Expound
and make their point. If you got a point, make it.
Yeah, that's right. And we have to do several types of writing. So you know, they do have to do expository writing, which is like factual based. They have to do opinion writing, which leads in middle school, that leads into persuasive. So we do opinion 3rd through 5th grade, we do opinion writing. And then in middle school, that transitions to persuasive writing. Then we do narrative, which is, you know, storytelling. So those are the 3 types of writing they'll have to do. And on the state test, you're going to get one of those 3 and you don't know which one it is.
Nice.
Fun.
That is fun. That is fun. And that's great training.
So it is. And she makes them, she won't let them take their writing home because, you know, ChatGPT. So they have to do it in class. And then every other essay they handwrite and then they handwrite and then computer.
Okay.
Every other essay. Yeah.
That's cool too. So keeping handwriting alive. That's important.
Well, our governor has instituted cursive. You may or may not know that our governor, without a plan. Okay, sorry. I will not get very political. Without any other direction, he has instituted that schools will resume the teaching of cursive. End of directive. So everything else that goes along with that, the curriculum, the implementation, the time that we're going to have to do that, and all of that is left to, I don't know, somebody else. Not.
Are you saying that is an unfunded mandate?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I'm pretty sure that's what you were saying.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, Mike Shaw TV.
But what kind of funds do you need? Can't you just stand up there and say, okay, kids, here's what you do, and just do that on your paper?
We could teach school with a stick and a rock, Mike. Yep. Don't you know?
And a potbelly stove in the middle of the room, and all the grades are together.
Yeah. Yes. Just give me a stick and a rock. I got it. Flintstone style. It's fine.
I'd be there for you. I would. I would. Little House on the Prairie.
You know what?
Christy, the school marm.
Yeah. Yeah. Serious. What's funny about that is I'm only halfway joking. Because we do so much with so little. I'll tell you that.
Well, and we've talked
about this, you know, so that'll be the next thing is she'll make them. I mean, she's been giving them cursive for homework. Good, and we've always continued, even though other people have stopped, we've continued to make them sign their name in cursive. Like when you leave this 5th grade classroom, you will know how to sign your name in cursive. If there's one thing we're going to teach you, so that we did do that. And then this year, before the mandate, you know, came out, she's been giving them cursive like for homework, you know. But of course, that all comes out of her copy budget and everything because it hasn't been provided, you know, the practice pages and all that kind of stuff. So she's been taking that on, which the parents were super grateful for. Like at back to school night, you don't even know how many parents were like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you are doing this.
Yeah.
You know, so, but there's a lot of connections between the left and right, you know, brain hemispheres that cursive does. Yep. It is really good for you. So I'm not upset about that we have to do it. I just don't know how it's going to get done or how it's going to get implemented.
You just go to Pinterest and you print out PDFs.
Right. Yeah. That's a valid curriculum choice.
That's all you do. That's all you have to do.
That's all you have to do. It's fine.
That's what we do for Sunday school sometimes.
That's true. I did work in college at a church, like in the 3-year-olds little Sunday school class, and they sort of left it up to us. It was a couple like college students that were, you know, education majors, and they're like, "You guys know about this, right? Just find some curriculum and do it." So,
right.
yeah. Oh yeah, we did stuff like that many a time. So, hi, Dustin. Dustin's dropping in.
Hey,
Hi,
Dustin, what's up, brother?
Also, Jay dropped in. So,
Hey,
hi,
Jay.
Jay. Nice to see you.
Nice. We're getting the band back together.
Yeah, that's right.
As we head into 2024.
Yeah, that's right. So, Mike, when you join the gym,
yes,
how often are you going to go? Because you can't just say I had a resolution to join the gym. Like, you got to make a plan.
Yeah. So, well, minimum 3 days a week, but really 5 or 6 would be ideal.
Okay.
Because, you know, you want to do, for me, I want to do, you know, leg day one day, upper body another day, and cardio another day, or maybe cardio with the weight training.
Oh.
So I haven't worked all that out exactly.
Okay.
But because, you know, I used to be a sprinter, and assuming I'm not too old for this, because I know it's harder to build muscle when you're older, but I think carnivores have an advantage. But my legs always come back quickly. So you want to play to your strengths, or at least I do, because it's more encouraging too. So I'd probably be doing a lot of leg presses, maybe figure out how to do squats, get my legs back fast first, and then work on upper body. I haven't really lifted a lot of upper body weights, so figure that out. And then I love the Stairmaster for cardio. So, you know, get back into that. And our particular gym, you know, I live in a small town, 5,000 people. And so there's one family center.
Yep.
And I haven't even been inside of it yet, but my understanding is it has a small indoor track around the facility.
You could
so
do sprints,
I don't,
Mike. You could do sprints.
That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping it's at least 30 yards. You know, 20 yards that's not a lot of runway, but it's better than nothing. So I'd check that out. So so when I ran, so I was on the 4x100 relay team, and I'm 5'5", so I have short legs. And so I ran the third leg. So I had the corner, right?
Okay.
Makes sense.
Yes.
So maybe this indoor gym, I could run the corners.
You can run the corners. Right. You know how to run corners. You know, I have to say the only relay I've ever done is the meatloaf relay. Does that count?
It does.
It does. Ellie counts. Ellie was with me on the meatloaf relay. That was fun. We're going to do another one, Mike. We're going to do another one.
Oh, good. Because
it'll be
while I'm poor, I would eat a ribeye every day if I could afford it.
Yeah.
And so I've never been able to afford that. I've always have to incorporate some ground beef. But now, you know, things are tight enough. It's pretty much ground beef every day. Yep. And, you know, you want to have creative ways to do that. I think meatloaf is going to help. Now, those who weren't here at the very beginning of the stream, you know, with the issues that I have, needing to go as low carb as possible, or I don't know, need might be too strong a word, but maybe not. You know, we talked about one of your meatloaf recipes had turkey chorizo in it, and I wanted to do regular chorizo because I love chorizo. Anyway, but you know, probably need to leave out sausages and chorizo, something like that, because there are a few carbs. So I don't know yet, but yes, meatloaf, please.
The recipe that I put that chorizo in was actually my chili. But yes, at the end, the meatloaf was half beef and then half Italian, like breakfast sausage.
Okay.
But which might have a couple carbs depending.
Right.
But at the end, when I made the recipe, I did I got to use up what I have theme because it's December and I'm not getting paid.
Yeah.
So I didn't have breakfast sausage, but what I had was just straight up ground pork.
Okay.
In the freezer. So I did half ground beef, half ground pork, and that was pretty good. And then you could leave out the cream cheese because there's a carb in there, you know, and you just do like the bacon, you know, that's what was cool about the relay is that you can then customize because there's like now 6 meatloaf recipes, like mix and match, customize whatever you got to do. Like I had a checkerboard of cheese on my meatloaf. It was beautiful. But if you don't want to do cheese, leave it off, right? Just
Right.
go with the bacon or whatever.
Yeah.
So
it beef, bacon, eggs.
And it was pork rind crumbs for
a little bit of pork rind crumbs.
A little bit of pork rind crumbs in there, which are zero carb. And you can even get I use the seasoned ones, but they make unseasoned ones. And then the other people ground up their own. So whatever, good for them.
Yeah.
I didn't. I'm lazy. So I bought the pork and good ones and they make totally unseasoned ones that are just like the pork and the pork fat.
Yeah.
So you can go that route too. Now, and I haven't tried this yet, so it's on my carnivore to-do list, which never gets any shorter, Mike Shaw. Have you seen all my videos? Yet my carnivore to-do list gets no shorter.
No.
Because everybody
adding stuff.
Great suggestions.
Yep.
So somebody said, put smoked salt in the meatloaf. And my mouth immediately started watering because I'm like, okay, I could see how that would be very delicious. So I'm going to have to try that. Yeah.
Terrific. Yeah. Well, I saw Laura Spath just did a meatloaf recipe. I'm sorry, a meatball recipe, which sounds very similar to your meatloaf recipe.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of those meatloaf recipes kind of, you can exchange them.
Yeah.
And trade them with your friends.
Yeah, so I put this up from Ellie because she was joking about the pork rind, saying, I got to use my blender for something. It's gathering dust.
Right.
But what Ellie did in her leg of the relay is she did not make a meatloaf. She made what she called meatloaf balls. So they were meatballs.
Yeah.
They were meatballs covered wrapped with bacon with like a ooey gooey cream cheese center. I mean, come on. So that's another thing. I mean, that just sounds awesome.
Yep.
I haven't tried them yet, but several people tried them because they look so good and they got rave reviews every time. And I almost missed this one. Yeah, Ellie, you did a relay. We did relays.
Good job.
Relay counts. So.
And you guys were handing off the baton. Go.
Yeah, we had a meatloaf baton and we handed that sucker off. And Erin was teasing me because she's like, relays aren't supposed to have 6 legs. I'm like, I don't care.
I don't know.
I don't know.
We did a sprint medley, but I think it only had 4 legs. Never mind.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, it was just
it was funny. I was like, who cares? It's fine.
Yep. It's all good, man. And everyone gets encouraged. Everyone gets to try new things. I think that's one reason why your cooking videos do so well. You always say, well, I'm not a chef. I'm not a cook.
I'm a high school home ec trained. That's where I got my training.
But I think, the reason why those videos do so well is I think you are a cook and a chef. You don't measure anything.
I don't.
And the other part of that is, we're all looking for ideas on how to, to give this carnivore diet more variety, even though there is a lot of variety with lots of different types of meats and those types of things. So, how many times can we all know each other pretty well. And so we get to hear each other's stories over and over again. And that's fine because there's still new people coming in all the time.
That's right. And
so we have to keep repeating those stories. But, if I've heard your story 3 or 4 times, but you're doing recipes, that's new. I mean, you get very creative with your channel, and no shortage of content. That's one reason why you're doing so well. It's pretty fun.
Well, I have so much fun doing it. So, I keep thinking of more and more ideas. Like I said, stay tuned for a skit about being an introverted carnivore.
Right. And that's why I started a weather channel, because anybody who knows me knows how much I love weather and how much I love snow. I mean, I've moved here in March, and when we got 2 inches of snow last month, I got 3 texts from different people.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying your snow? It's like the word is out. Anybody who knows me knows. And that's just how I am about weather. So I knew I had to start a weather channel. And then part of that is I started it on January 1st. 0 videos, 0 views, 0 subscribers. And I want to see where it goes by the end of the year.
That'll be fun.
That's an interesting experiment.
So you have yours from the beginning of the year. So mine was not like that, but it was, August, I think it was August 29th, I want to say. Yeah, that was me. 0, 0. I had never even pushed the record button on a video camera, like in my life, or a phone or anything, because if anyone was going to do that, it was my husband.
Yeah.
I don't I'm not the sentimental type, like I said earlier. So if I'm doing something, like if it's my kid's birthday or whatever, I just want to enjoy the day. Like, I don't want to be like this. So whatever, I might not have pictures later. I don't know. But
That's
like,
me. That's me.
Very into that. And so if we have videos and on pictures, it's all because of him. So thank you for doing that. But I'm not the one to do that. So I've just literally never done it until, August 29th. I guess I'm going to find out what this big red button does.
And you dove in and you taught yourself how to edit, and you've gotten better and better.
Yeah.
And you've learned how to talk in front of the camera, and you've gotten better and better. You're even framing up your shots better and better. You got the wireless microphone, so your audio on your cooking videos is better and better.
Yeah.
It's been amazing to watch. And when did you get monetized?
Oh, like 2 weeks ago.
Okay, so August to December, 0 to monetized. That's pretty amazing. That's 4 months.
I'm feeling pretty happy with the progress that it's making. I hope it continues because I'm just having fun. So I'm not ready to quit.
Yeah, right. And
when you say monetize, what's funny is you guys would laugh if you saw it. It's like, you made 20 cents on this video. Gee, thanks. You mean that video that I put hours and hours into? Great. It's fine.
That's how it starts, though.
That's how it has to start.
That's how it has to start. They don't pay you till you reach $100.
Right, which I'm not even anywhere near. So do you know if that rolls over? Here we go talking YouTube. Sorry, guys, if you don't have the channel. Yes. So it rolls over.
Yeah,
so
it accumulates
in the first 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I got a $100 check from YouTube back in 2011 or something. A long time ago.
2011. And that didn't last you through these tight times you just went through, Mike? Come on.
Well, I invested it in Tesla. And I was rich. Yeah. And then I was broke.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how it
always goes. Take profits, people. Anyway. No, I think I spent it right away, probably on a phone, knowing me.
Probably on a phone. Yeah, I would not disagree. I'm going to go with that theory. That's probably what happened. Did you get your new Pixel? I don't even know which one it is. You were going to get a Pixel something. The latest Pixel. Did you do it?
The Pixel 8 Pro I do not have yet.
Okay.
And I'm still going back and forth. The iPhone 15 Pro. The problem is it's twice as expensive. However, there's a wrinkle that just came up. So a friend of mine has not been able to get a hold of me for 6 weeks, and there's something wrong with her iPhone, but she hasn't been able to text me or call me. And so she finally emailed me, and so she's a dear friend and a client. So I've gone back to the iPhone, and see, there's my Apple Watch.
Okay.
So
that you can talk to her, because it was only calling Apple to Apple. What are you trying to say here?
Kind of. So my Pixel phone is for photos again. She wasn't able to text or call. And I know why, but to try and fix it for her she lives in Arizona. So for me to try and fix it from here just would have been impossible. And I was thinking about, this is my gadget thing. I go back and forth between phones all the time anyway. And I was kind of was having the itch to go back to iPhone anyway. So I did.
So you did. So there you go. Okay.
So
Twin Maples is here saying hello from Northern Neck, Virginia.
Northern Neck, Virginia.
And Twin Maples has an opinion. I had a Pixel. It died after less than 16 months and can't change the battery. So it's pricey trash.
Pricey trash. So I've had problems with the Pixel 7 Pro. I think I got one of the lemons. The 6 Pro had more lemons. The 7 Pro fewer lemons. I caught myself on the grammar there.
I was going to correct you. No, just kidding. I only correct myself.
Yeah, right. Yeah, same here. I might correct people in my head, but not out loud. And myself included. I'm harder on myself than anybody. But anyway, the Pixel 8 Pro has even fewer lemons. So they're getting better. But yeah, I got a lemon on the 7 Pro. I had connectivity issues, which there are videos on this channel about that when I was doing phone stuff. So yeah, that's the other part of the Pixel equation. I love the software and I love the hardware. Their cameras are amazing. They take the best pictures of any smartphone. My opinion, it's subjective. But Apple still is king on video, and their photos are pretty darn good. So yeah.
So I didn't want to lose this question, because if anybody asks a question, I want to answer it. So Twin Maples, yes, I am still on holiday break. So is Mike, but Mike has to go back tomorrow.
Wah, wah.
I'm off the rest of this week. I go back on Monday. You guys, okay. I hope my principal isn't watching. There's no way she's watching. She emailed us last night. Like, she didn't say we had to do whatever it is she was asking us to do. Like, we don't have to do, but she emailed us. So now it's in my head. Like, why? Just why? Like, she's not that kind of principal. Like, she wouldn't tell us to do it now. She's not telling us to do it now. But she's saying, when you come back, I need this, this, and this. Thanks. So
in
now
case you want to get an early start.
Yeah, right. Like, without saying that, she's pretty much saying that. I'm not going to do it. I don't do that. I don't donate my time to the school district here. But yeah, that was like a little bit. I'm like, she said, enjoy your last few days of break. I'm like, yesterday we still had like a week left. I'm like, what are you talking about? We'll have a third of our vacation still. Stop.
I knew it was going to go by quickly, and it sure did.
Yeah. So yes, Twin Maples, and I am just pushing that thought as far away from me as I can. I will hit the ground running on Monday, back to school. But I'm telling you, we start in August now. We start like the second week of August. It's crazy. It's early. And then you just go, and there's no breaks at all. And I know all of you that don't teach, I mean, we have a lot more breaks than anybody, but I'm just saying there's no breaks at all until you pretty much get to, Thanksgiving. So it's a long haul, the first section of school, but then it's like, you got Thanksgiving, you got Christmas. In February, we have like President's Week now. So it's not just the 2-3
President's Week?
President's Week?
What?
Yeah, it's like the whole week between those 2-3 day weekends is now we just get 5 days off right there.
Wow.
And then depending, like our school district, although we call it spring break, it still kind of follows Easter. So we kind of live in a more conservative area.
That's good.
Which I know, who knew there was any left in California? But anyway, our spring break still does follow Easter. Okay. So wherever Easter is where spring break's going to be.
It's early this year.
Yeah, so we're going to get that. And then, the next thing it's, we get off around June 8th or 10th, like somewhere between in there, like depending on the calendar.
A little later than we were used to. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but after spring break, it's like, and then, summer's a lot shorter. Like I said, we go back like August 10th. So we get from June 10th-ish to August 10th-ish. So it's really only 2 months of summer, but that does allow for, like I said, President's Week. And like Thanksgiving's a whole week now. Like when I was a kid, we had 2 days for Thanksgiving, like Thanksgiving Day and that Friday.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I have to put this up because
you have MLK Day, right? On the 15th.
Yeah. MLK Day on the 15th. So there's a lot of, there's like the 3 day weekends too, like sprinkled in. Right. Twin Maples is saying, Christy, stand your ground on that push. Teachers are abused by the admins. Expectations are ridiculous. I used to teach middle school special ed. So used to, congratulations. But you hear what I'm saying, right? Twin Maples, like I'm not wrong. Oh, look at that. My camera doesn't do that. I can sit here and do this all day and I don't get little hearts.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it happens.
That's super cool.
Anyway.
So Twin Maples gets me because it's
been there, done that, got the t-shirt.
That's right. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Teresa, for stopping in. She's off to help the masses. Go help those masses, Teresa.
Thanks, T.
Yeah,
She's been helping me. She doesn't know it yet, but I'm going to ask her to come on alive, but I haven't figured out when would be a good time. So.
Oh, that's cool. She's probably already gone, but I want to ask her for Lioness Lifestyle too.
Yeah. Great idea.
It'll be great for that.
Her story is amazing. I don't know if you've heard it.
No, because I think it wasn't JT. I think it was a keto cookout. I think it was keto cookout yesterday she was on. Anyways, whatever. I saw her a lot of times I wrap up something and then I catch the end of whatever it is, whether that's, chatting with carnivores or whatever, or like keto cookout. I end up catching the end of it. And so I miss the story part and just see a cool person. And then I'm like, oh, I gotta go talk to them more.
I think I saw her first interview she did with Chad, minimalist carnivore. And I can't remember who else was on with Chad. So the three of them, and Teresa just has been through the ringer with bad medical advice on diets, and so she had to learn the hard way. So she comes by it honestly, and now she became a coach with Dr. Barry because she wants to give back to the community.
Yeah.
And she's a great coach. I've been in there a week now, and it's kind of cool. And she's given me great advice. I mean, she repeated a lot of it in the chat here today.
Yeah, she was very helpful throughout the chat. She even gave me advice. That was super cool. Mike, it is raining here, just to confirm. That's why you saw me looking like this, because I hear it. I'm like, oh my gosh, it is, raining.
Nice. Well, it's snowing here. No, I'm kidding. This picture was taken in February.
So Twin Maple says I'm jealous. Like, she's bragging, clearly bragging. I have a hog and half in the freezer, laying hens, 4 sheep, twin lambs.
Right.
Have you ever considered like doing a homestead style thing, or even getting some backyard chickens or something, Mike? Doing something like that?
So the property I live on is not mine.
Right.
I think they would, we could probably work something out, but I'd have to build a coop and fence it in and things like that, because their dogs run around, and then there's a neighborhood up the hill. Some of their dogs run around.
Okay.
But we have
already. You said dogs already too many times for my liking.
Yeah. And we have wild turkey on the property. Okay. We have pheasant on the property. I mean, it's like 5-10 acres. But I mean, there's a bunch of wild turkey that just walk around. So the dogs don't bug them. So I don't know, but I'm sure there are other critters that like to eat stuff like that. So.
Well, like,
anyway,
we have coyotes still. Like, I'll be driving to school. School's like a 10-minute drive for me, and there's just like coyotes.
Yep.
Sometimes. I mean, not every day, but like I see them frequently enough to know that if I had chickens, I'd have to worry about them.
Did you see the video a day or two ago from Tucson? There was a coyote that went.
Oh, with the cat. My in-laws were telling me, and they said it was hard to watch, so I didn't watch it because I'm team cat all the way.
Oh no, this is different.
Oh, okay.
It was a coyote on top of a car at a car dealership howling.
What?
Yes.
Okay, that's amazing. Okay, so that I got to go see. Yep. No, they were talking about, and they're like, we think the cat got away. Some coyote trying to get a cat, and it was caught on like a ring camera or something.
Okay.
And the cat like kept trying to climb up, and then the coyote kept grabbing it and pulling it back down, and then finally the cat but then it like cut off. But they're like, we're pretty sure the cat got away. I'm like, I can't go watch that. Right. For sure.
Full of life.
Howling. I don't think I've heard them howl. I usually just see them early in the morning, probably heading back to their den somewhere. Running across a field. Sometimes they'll go across the road.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, coyotes got to eat too.
That's right. Just don't eat my cat. That's all, coyote.
Yeah. I mean, when I lived in Tucson,
rabbits around here. Go find one of them.
That's lots of rabbits. I lived in Tucson 15 years, so we had lots of coyotes, but they had lots of rabbits to eat. But people knew, if you have a small dog or a cat, they're not allowed outside by unsupervised, especially not at night.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
I hope you find a way to show these pictures, because I love a good before and after picture.
Right.
2016. Okay. Man. And then they're saying I can see the loss in my face for the first time in years. That's amazing. It's a lot of inflammation. Every time I see this before and after pictures in the face, like, okay, it's clearly they were fatter before or whatever, but that face is not, you can tell it's not just fat, like they were inflamed, and then you can see their face is just like
there's my evidence.
So Twin Maples is on it with this too. Premier One electric fence keeps the predators out.
Okay.
When I went to the chicken farm, remember that interview I did, Mike, at the chicken farm?
That was fantastic. I love that video.
About the dogs, the big dogs they use they'll like back down a mountain lion.
Yep. They will.
I'm like, okay.
Yep. We had mountain lion in Tucson too. You don't want to see them.
No.
But I've seen a couple driving like way down the road.
Okay.
But
I've never seen one like I've seen one in a zoo. I've never seen one like that. Would be scary.
Well, where I grew up in Canby, Oregon, we're the Cougars. So there you go.
Oh, well, my college mascot is the Cougars.
Okay.
So there you go.
Go Cougars.
Go Cougars. All right, Mike. Well, this has been great.
As always.
It's been like, we're like coming up on an hour and 45 minutes.
Yep.
I think people have gone to work. Many people. There's a few people here who stuck with us or came in late. So thank you guys for coming and watching our New Year catch up,
reset, right?
Reset conversation.
Right. Yep. 2024 is going to be amazing. Just keep your words in mind. If you have a word for the year, stay on track with this way of eating. It's the best way to heal if you need to heal, or just to thrive because you want to thrive.
Yep. So I had a long conversation with my mother-in-law on New Year's Day regarding the proper human diet. And I'm really hoping that she jumps in. I think if it was just her and not my father-in-law, she would do it. But I think she feels very like they do everything together kind of a thing. You know what I mean? So but I'm really like hoping and praying, because actually they both need it, her more for weight loss and him more for like other inflammation things. But I mean, and every question she had, and then at one point my husband was like, isn't that cool how everything you're saying, she has this like scientific answer to give you?
Yeah.
Like, yes.
Yep. The University of YouTube Carnivore community.
That's right. So I'll keep you guys posted. I'm really hoping. I know she wants to. So we'll see how that goes. But I'll keep you posted throughout the year on how that's going.
It's like we've all been red pilled, and we have found out that metabolic health means health. It's everything.
Yeah. So I think with that is a great way to sign off, Mike. So thanks for coming on with me to help keep my mind off my fasting.
Thanks, Christy.
This early morning, and we'll be seeing you around the web, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Give us there we go. Bye, everybody.